those that aren't automating and utilizing AI are going to be left behind. It's a great time to start implementing these things.
AI agents don't take breaks. They don't not show up for work. It's been a definite improvement for us firsthand to be able to work with it.
Hello, Channel Automation Podcast listeners. Welcome back to another deep dive into technology, helping you convert with AI and automation. I'm your host, Vic Sun, and I'm here today joined by Anthony Beckner and Jared Wisner of Paradise Exteriors out here in Florida. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Vic, thanks for having us on, man. Happy to be here.
All right, good. Let's get right into it. Let's start with you, Anthony. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and Paradise? How'd you end up there? What Paradise does? What your position is? How'd you end up in the home services industries? Just give us a little, synopsis into who you are and what your company does.
Yeah, of course. I'm Anthony Beckner, COO of Paradise Exteriors. We've been serving South Florida in all Florida homeowners since 2007. We specialize in impact windows, hurricane windows, doors, and roofing, and medium to large residential remodels. We're family owned and operated. My dad is Dan Beckner. He's the owner. My mom's Tina Beckner. She runs the office. My uncle is Eric Beckner. He leads production, and we take personal responsibility for every project from start to finish. We install exclusive top tier products and deliver a red carpet experience uh, with clear timelines, proactive updates, clean job sites with a final walkthrough designed to leave customers with that wow experience. We got offices in Boynton Beach and St. Petersburg. We serve every county south of Orlando. For roofing, we're a GAF master elite contractor. We use digital measurements and 3D visualizations so homeowners can see the finished roof before we start. So bottom line is we focus on premium protection, premium craftsmanship, and a process so smooth it feels like another day in paradise.
I love it. All right, cool. I like that. We should put that in all the taglines, that's people love that. How about you, Jared? Tell us a little bit about how'd you end up at Paradise, what your background is, kind of highlight like those things and then what you do with Paradise.
I would say I started back in 2019, so I've been here 6 years now, and it's been quite a ride. Before this, I was selling cabinets and saw the ad, and I said, "Hey, why don't I try something different?" And I came to Paradise, and I was a sales rep for about 5 years and moved into the office where I am the marketing director now.
Sounds good. So you're responsible for you're the spear where, you grab all the customers, getting them to prospects, letting them know,
Working with lead aggregators, getting everybody together on the same page, making sure everything's flowing right in the systems, calls are working, appointments are getting set out. I also do shows and events now. So that's a big addition.
That sounds good. So all those people listening in, we got a lot of lead generation and publishing partners. Jared's the guy to reach out to, with Paradise. How does Paradise stack up against, the competition in Florida? Because I would imagine that there's a ton of big as well as mid-size or maybe even, the Chuck with a truck businesses. And Florida's a big market. How do you guys stand out compared to the other ones that provide the same type of services on the windows or roofing, those sort of things?
There is a lot of competition, especially in South Florida towards Miami, but good things are seldom cheap and cheap things are seldom good. And if the price is lower than ours, there's a reason for it. If you want the quality, it's definitely worth it to go for it. Better warranties, better materials.
Especially with us here at Paradise Exteriors. So we've aligned ourselves with the top tier manufacturers in the industry. So we're able to deliver exclusive products that isn't available to the entire industry. So with that and the GAF Master Elite for the roofing contractor side, you're getting top tier labor with top of the line materials the other part that we're always focused on is customer experience. And so from the very first time we started working on improving customer experience, we've always used CRMs that are purely focused on the home improvement industry, which are great, but they're just lacking a lot of great automation things. And so we would really rely on a lot of labor intensive work to keep customers notified and engaged with the company, because we know one of the biggest challenges customers face when it comes to home remodeling is not feeling heard. And we saw that through feedback through customers and reviews. So we said, well, how do we improve that customer experience? And so from very early on, we implemented everything that we could, from emails to reach outs. So we want to really focus on being, since we are a truly family owned and operated company, to be able to deliver a top tier customer experience, one that we would want for one of our own family members. So that way we're able to provide premium products at affordable prices with the top customer experience. We like to call it the red carpet experience.
So communication plays a huge role in the customer journey and their decisions and whether it's now or in the future. Like what changes in the last, let's say, year have you guys done? And maybe you could share what customers have told you guys when you've started to employ automation or AI in your communication. For the people who are listening, contractors, contact center professionals, marketing professionals, like they probably want to know, like, okay, how did you start? Where are you now? And what were the what's the results been for your customers?
Yeah, so one of the biggest challenges that we always had was from the beginning of receiving an inquiry from a homeowner that's looking to upgrade their windows or upgrade their roofing to the, in our area of Florida, final inspection and claiming of the warranties. How do you improve that customer's experience and journey? Because the biggest fall points that a customer is going to have is a quick response. So, especially on an inquiry, so when you're working with people as aggregators, you've got 4 or 5 other companies that are all getting that inquiry at the same time. So how do you stand out to that customer? And first thing we've noticed is that many companies aren't even contacting that inquiry within the first minute. So if you can be the first person to reach out, but not only just reach out with a phone call, but also reach out with proper messaging to where it aligns with where that customer is, what product they're interested in, and you're able to deliver through messaging, images, email, something that aligns with what that customer's intent originally was, then you have a much higher chance of that customer choosing you to be the contractor they want to get the quote from. And we know speed to lead is everything. So if you can be that first contractor that customer sees, well, they already got a great impression from you, from your ability to reach out quickly and deliver them proper messaging. But now being that first contractor out there, you're really able to differentiate yourselves from the competition. And once you're able to get in front of the customer and utilize all the tools that AI helps us with, from everything. AI's helped us redo our product presentation for homeowners, and it's helped us modify our sales process with other tools that we use to review the customer's experience in everything that we do in the home. So, from channel automation to helping us from inquiry to improving presentation, everything in the home, and then that follow up process in the production side of things for automation through emails, text messages, and AI phone services. Those are all great things that we've been able to achieve with AI.
Jared, to you, like on the marketing side, like you deal with lead aggregators, there's a ton of leads coming through, different types of intent. How does automation and AI help you with segmenting? Like a lot of contractors are kind of just like they're just blasting and using systems where everybody gets the same message. It doesn't matter what the intent was. Like, maybe share with the audiences who are listening in and contractors who are thinking like, how do I segment this? Like, should I have different messaging? Like, how have you guys addressed that?
So I think the speed to lead, when somebody texts us, if we don't have somebody available, channel automation, the AI will actually automatically respond to them and keep them in the loop with what's going on, whether they want to set an appointment over channel automation or wait for to speak to one of us. But channel automation definitely helps out with keeping the continuity with the homeowners. So they're not left in the dark. If they have any questions, even if it's before hours or after hours, they can always speak to somebody, whether it's the AI, voice, or texting for sure.
And how is those customers reacted? Like, do they feel like it's okay? I don't want to deal. Like, some people don't like to deal with AI, or like, have you gotten that sort of feel where some people might want the human, or people are always curious about this question?
Every now and again, we come across somebody when we listen to the calls that doesn't want to talk to AI, and then they just request, for somebody to call them back. But most of the time, the calls go off pretty fluid, and I think they really benefit from the texting right off the bat, the fast text replies.
Yeah, and it all just takes time to dial that in, right, Jared? I mean, we had our original time setups, and whenever you're working with AI, you don't know exactly what questions the homeowner's going to answer, going to ask. And so when the AI doesn't know really the responses to give, it can come up with something kind of off the wall. So once you are have those list of questions that have come through, now you're able to make those modifications, and then eventually you have it fully dialed in. And that was a great part that channel automation really already had 80% of that work done from working with their other contractors that they work with. So anything extra that you're going to get is just, more specific to your company.
Sounds like you're saving labor, you're converting better, maybe customers are getting the services they need. Like, how has this impacted operationally the costs? And like, I would imagine lots of contractors out there, they would save this money, push it into improving the company or passing those savings along to customers. But how has that impacted like pricing for you guys, and kind of like operational costs?
The great part is that you're able to get rid of a lot of the mundane busy work tasks and that type of overhead. So that way, the human work can be the more focused work. So you have the other parts of the busy work of the job, such as doing all these automation type tasks, that now we can take those savings from that extra labor cost and pass that on to the customer. So especially with inflation, the cost of everything being high as it is nowadays, and labor wages being higher, it's more important than ever to be able to reduce your overhead cost. And by utilizing automation, we're able to reduce that and pass that along to homeowners.
Yeah. When it comes to like, this is a question, and maybe, you can start first, Anthony, and then Jared can comment. But and we're coming up with a debate next month on a webinar. There's going to be hundreds of contractors in there, and the debate is going to be about, can AI truly replace certain types of call center agents? What's your take on that, Anthony? Like, after experiencing years of using call center reps, different types of reps versus AI, and where you see it in the future, what's your take on that?
In the future, and I'm sure the near future, that an AI representative is going to overtake a call center rep. Is it there now? No. I feel like the current AI is getting very close, but there are still things that are going to trip up a current call center, um, a current AI. Like I said, there's a lot of questions that can take it out from what its knowledge base is. So the further that we're able to increase knowledge bases and the more powerful AI itself gets, the better it will become. So the biggest challenge I see right now is just in a customer engagement, normal conversation that we're having. The AI will try to overtalk, will do too many pauses. And so those are some things that will have the regular agent be able to outperform. But things that make AI able to outperform a regular agent is that it's always going to sound great with intonation. It's always going to have the proper response that is in its knowledge base. And we know how current agents, no matter how great they can become, everyone can become complacent over time or they have a bad day. And so I know that in the very short term, that AI agents will perform higher than our current agents.
Okay. And Jared, what about your take on it?
I agree with what Anthony said. And, at the same time, AI agents don't take breaks. They don't, not show up for work. So it's been a definite improvement, for us firsthand to be able to work with it.
Okay. There's this also like you commented on the marketing costs on the P&L. I mean, those bad days, roofing leads can be $300-400 at the end of the day after you process them, whether or not you convert on them. And if a human agent's having a bad day, I mean, they're just flushing those down the toilet. You know what I mean? Like, their boyfriend broke up with them. They're not feeling good. It's a Friday. They want to get out of there early. You know what I mean? Customers like not really the nicest customers, and their feelings get hurt. But I agree with you. There's a lot, and I think it's just getting better and better, and it's just a matter of time till you've got all of these things taking place and really replacing some. And I think all the top reps, human agents, will get all the new leads. They'll be happier. They're making more bonuses, and then all the things that the agents don't want to do, or maybe they're not so good at, age leads, evenings, weekends, all the things that you talked about, Jared, where maybe there's nobody there. Um, it really helps the company having an agent who's consistent. My final question would be here as we close off is like, what would be your advice? And again, you can be critical of channel automation and other systems. You can name them, just what would be your advice to a contractor or a marketing professional, a contact center manager right now who hasn't used automation or AI, but in the next 12 months this year, they want to be successful using it? What are the things they need to look out for? What do they need to consider? Like, what's the timelines? Those sort of things. What's your best advice for those people?
I think with that, one of the best things that helped us is we dedicated somebody to follow channel automation. And that really helped us out because um, sometimes things will get through the AI every now and then, or it does need immediate human interaction. Um, and I believe we've actually gained a lot just by having somebody dedicated to it that'll keep us in the loop with it. And of course, Anthony and I always chime in and see what's going on with channel automation. So, but having somebody dedicated there working it is, I think, one of the best things you could do.
Sounds good. How about you, Anthony? What's your advice to other COOs, family businesses? Like, just, I don't know, like they may have a call center. They may have dabbled, with some automation, but now they're thinking, okay, I want to be like Paradise, be successful. What do they need to look out for? What are the things that they can do to be successful?
Yeah, well, they're getting into it at a great moment. So there's been enough time in the space to where we've been able to go through and find a lot of the early on difficult points. And it's not so late in the journey that you're left behind and you're not starting too late. So it's a great time to start implementing these things because eventually those that aren't automating and utilizing AI are going to be left behind. And the customer experience that they're going to get from another company is just going to be so far surpass anything that you could do on your own that they're not going to want to work with somebody that doesn't have those automations. So it's a must. It's not a question of should I, you have to. And it goes from everywhere from exactly what we were talking about, from speed to lead, from a customer inquiry to the follow-up process. Customers are always looking for faster information and faster knowledge. So you want to automate the boring stuff so your team can be great at the human stuff. When the experience gets faster, clearer, more consistent, the customer wins and your business wins.
That sounds good. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. We're looking forward to having you guys join us in our webinar next month at Nice Debate and some of our events. If people are listening in and wanted to come and reach out and say, hey, I want to get your advice, I want to sell you leads, all of that stuff. Jared, where can they reach you? How can they reach you?
They can always email me at Jared, JAREDW, at paradiseexteriors.com.
Okay, sounds good. And how about you, Anthony? Like other CEOs might reach out, lead sources, just people might go and say, hey, I listened to this thing. I want to reach out to you. How do they reach you?
Yep. Anthony Beckner at paradiseexteriors.com. Shoot me an email. I'll get right back with you.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thanks, everybody. That's going to be it for us today. Whether you loved or hated what we talked about, we want to hear from you. Comment or shoot us an email. And please consider subscribing to the podcast. It's growing. And so you can continue getting tips and listening into all these wonderful stories. As always, keep the conversation going for AI and automation. And we'll see you on the next one.